Today is an extremely special day because we're going to be talking about a new build that I've been working on in the works for a while now, especially outside of me uploading the two-way slasher. And this is a build I feel like that's going to be more fitting for me, especially when it comes to park, pro-am, and rec, but especially the pro-am scene. I feel like it's going to be one of those builds that affect both sides of the ball. And you know how we do it here in the channel, man. We the two-way fam, so we got to keep that in mind. Now, as far as player comparisons, think Scottie Pippen, someone who was an elite defender but also a serious threat on the offensive end of the floor, making an impact on the game in a legendary way. And Klay Thompson, arguably the most prominent 3-and-D player we've seen in NBA history to date. And for my real hoopers out there, you're gonna know this guy. Richard Hamilton could guard the best fella on the opposite end of the floor, but also go down and get a bucket at any point. So now that we've talked about the player comparisons in relation to this build, I want you to keep 4 traits in mind that each of those players had in place: perimeter defense, 3-point shooting, mid-range shooting, and basketball IQ. That's going to be the goal when creating this build for you guys today, and just showing you we're going to be able to space the floor for our team, also become a secondary ball handler, and by any means get a bucket whenever my number is called upon. And hey, I hope that helps you guys out as far as a build going forward in today's video. But if this has you interested in more NBA 2K20 content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also hit that bell. That way you never miss a video. So now that we got the intro out the way, I think it's that time we go ahead and just go into the creation, and I'm gonna walk you through step by step how I made this build. Now, specifically, there are going to be little things like weight that I'm going to leave to you guys. I want you guys to be able to build the builds that you like preferably, but outside of that, I am going to show you everything from the top down to the bottom, all the way through the build. That way you guys know and don't think I'm holding out on you when I'm building these characters. We're going to go with a half red, half green, you know, the sharp pie chart, basically the sharp defender or whatever you want to call it, two-way sharp. And this is basically the pie chart we're going with. You see the ratings on the left side of the screen. So hey, this is what it's looking like so far. Now, when it comes to the physical profile of this build specifically, I value speed, especially for a build that can shoot, because the one thing a lot of people don't want to defend, especially offensive players that don't have great defense, is somebody who can run and also shoot off catch and shoot situations. That's going to make this build that ace in the hole for a lot of teams, whether I'm playing rec, pro-am, 3v3, is a build that can run and quickly get off the shot necessary. So we're going to go with that top physical profile. Now, off the rip, you see we get 438 upgrades remaining. So let's go ahead and go down the finishing. And me personally, I like to make sure I have the key areas of how I like to play already taken care of off the rip. So I write down like 3 or 4 things on a piece of paper and things that I value in my game, and I go from top to bottom. And whatever's at the bottom is the least concern I have, and that's how I usually build my builds, because I want to make sure that if it doesn't fit my playstyle, I'm not going to enjoy the build. So for instance, I may write down defending is a primary, so I always have to have that. Then shooting may be the next, or finishing may be next. But outside of that, that's typically how I go about it. But right now, we got the finishing where I want it to be personally. 8 finishing badges is enough on a build that I'm going to take more into consideration with shooting. So now we have our 15 shooting badges. This is where I'm going to leave it right here. I know some people may say I should go ahead and max out the shooting, but personally for me, I value other areas of my game personally, that I'm okay having 15 shooting badge points. That way I can do whatever I need to do with it. Make sure we're at the right spot. So right now you see the finishing and shooting, and this is where we are so far with this build. Now next, we're gonna max out the ball handling, and then we're also gonna max out passing, giving us 9 playmaking. But we're gonna add 1 attribute point to post moves. That gives us 10 playmaking badges off the rip. And no need to do any more, because I'm not going to be in the post with this build, especially at the height that I'm sitting at, which leaves us 158 upgrade points left to add to defense, which is a good look. So we're maxing out perimeter defense, lateral quickness, you know the drill. We're going with block and then rebounding. So there we go. Now we have it set up to where we want to be: 17 defensive badges, 10 playmaking, 15 shooting, and 8 finishing. This is how this build is going to be made up of off the rip, because I want you guys to know exact areas of where I put the badge points. I went with the defined body type. We're sticking at 6'5", And for me, right, this is the separation here between me and a lot of other players in the 2K community, or a lot of other two-way players, right? Some of you guys value strength. You want your build to be around 215, 220, etc., etc. That's what you care about. I'm okay. But for me personally, I value speed, acceleration, being able to get from end to end at a heartbeat. For me, I'm going to put this build at 178 because it matches up with my perimeter defense. So now my lateral quickness is at 84. Now, you know how it goes with NBA 2K20. If we test this build and it's at 99, it's not necessarily going to be a 99 because that's the 95 overall rating, if you're understanding what I'm saying from playing 2K. This at 99 is going to have 88 perimeter defense with 88 lateral quickness along with a 90 steal. So off the rip, we're gonna go there and I drop it down by 1. And the reason I drop it down by 1, guys, just to give you a quick update, is because I now will get an 85 mid-range shot. I'll get an 85 3-point shot. I'll also get an 80 ball handling. So that's putting my build in a position to be a secondary ball handler, along with a strong defender, a reliable shooter, and don't sleep on the dunks. Once it gets past 80 overall dunk, I actually unlock Zach LaVine dunk packages, Russell Westbrook dunk packages. I think Uber Athletic dunks off too. So a lot of these packages that people don't think I will get, I'm getting with this build in itself. Because like I said, I showed you earlier, this is basically a Scottie Pippen build that's shorter. So when it comes to choosing your takeover, now with my other build, I did choose the lockdown takeover, but this is the options we're getting: lockdown, playmaking, spot up shooter, and shot creating. And I think that's a good combination, especially not having the slasher up there. No offense up to slashers, but I already have a build that has that option. So the good thing is I can go with shot creator in this one, because what's going to happen is my weaker areas of ball handling and also finishing with layups, that's going to also get the increase with the shot creator takeover and my pull-ups. So that's really giving me that secondary option that I can be for my teammates, whether I'm playing 3v3, 5v5 rec, or pro-am. So this is how I built my build as far as the two-way 3-level facilitator. Once you complete it, you see what it is. Two-way 3-level facilitator. I wanted to just let you guys know about it. So I just wanted to give you a straight to the point video with not really too much gameplay in it, more like just clips, and just show you what this build is going to be built up of. This is going to be mainly my pro-am rec 3v3 build, probably if my teammates don't need just a physical lock that's going to be needed like my slasher. I think this will be more reliable in the fact that I have an 80+ 3-point shot, 80 ball handling, and I also get 80+ defensive ratings all across the board. It's literally going to be like a Pippen build minus the height. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and if this build helps you as far as something you want to use in the future, let me know in the comment section. But outside of that, guys, hey, I hope you enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more NBA 2K20 content. And I'll see you in the next one with more gameplay of this build.